Miss Goodland?
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Good.
Good. I'm Miss Nelson, and I'll be talking with you today. All right. You can follow me. Did you have trouble finding your way to the agency today?
No, I didn't. Found it quite easy.
Well, that's good. Well, we're just going to go into my office right in here. All right. You can have a seat right here. All right. Well, before we begin today, I would like to just let you know about our confidentiality. Everything that you do say is confidential, but if you say anything that harms yourself or others, I will have to report it, okay? And this is the paper stating this, and I would just like you to read over it, and you can sign this. Okay, thank you. All right, so today's purpose of this interview is just for me to gain more information about you and for me to find out exactly why you came in today. Okay, so our session is going to be around 10 minutes. Okay, so with that being said, what bring you into the agency today?
I guess just to kind of discuss an event that took place when I was younger that still kind of fixed me today. Not in a bad way, but more of a positive light, but I still would like to talk about it.
Okay, let's talk more about it. Go ahead.
So when I was in around maybe the 7th grade, we lost our home. We were living in Winston-Salem at the time, and my mom was in between jobs. So basically came home one day, and all our things were packed, and she was like, we're going to be moving, relocating, going somewhere else. But she assured us, like, you won't have to change schools, you won't have to, say bye to your friends, you're just going to be moving. Long story short, for about a week, we ended up living in my mom's car. And we would go to different friends' house just to, be able to shower and sometimes sleep just to be able to be ready for, the next day, going back and forth to school. It was hard, so I never really got to discuss it or talk to anyone about it. So I feel like now is the time that I'm older and I have a little bit more of understanding of what we went through.
Okay. So how does that make you feel now?
I feel as though it made all of us stronger, only because that was just a time where we had to come together, we had to be strong for one another, and we had to keep, just pushing forward. It was one of those things where I was kind of embarrassed to tell my friends, like, oh yeah, we don't have anywhere to stay. We're basically living out of a car, and it was a struggle to go to school every day and things like that. But now being older, I just kind of feel like it gave me the push that I needed, because I now know I wouldn't like to be in that spot again ever, whether it's myself or family members or, just anyone I know in general.
Okay. Would you like to say anything else about that?
I feel like it's a learning experience, not just for myself, but for, I guess, anyone that I come into contact with, whether it be a child or an adult, someone who's older than me, who's experiencing being homeless, or even if it's for a short amount of time, or whether it's a long period of time. I just feel like I can use that to my advantage just to kind of educate people just about the things that could go wrong, the things that you could face, and how you can use whatever it is that you're going through to, just be stronger. Use it as a push. Use it to, just tell yourself every day, this is where I used to be, this is where I want to be, and just to realize where you are now. It gets hard, it gets tough, but you really mentally have to be strong to endure something like that. It's not something that, you're going to wake up one day and it's just like, okay, I've changed, I went through it, so what, let me move forward. Like, it takes time, and it takes a lot of patience to deal with that kind of situation, because not everybody has to go through that. Not everybody will be put in that kind of environment, and especially at a young age, I was still kind of lost as to like, okay, well, why is this happening to us? And I was kind of being selfish because I didn't take the time to realize like it's affecting my mom just as well as it is affecting us. And it's affecting people around us because not everyone was able to help us.
Okay. I can see how difficult this is for you. So do you feel like, so you're saying like you feel like this is a learning experience for you?
Most definitely. I feel like any situation that someone may face, there's something you can always learn from it. Whether it be, of course, losing your home and everything you know, or losing a job that you always wanted, or, you know, just anything in general that you face and you feel like, okay, this is just something that's breaking me down. You can use that as a learning experience, and it can always strengthen you in ways that you didn't know. You just have to really be able to take the time out and to figure out, okay, I went through this, what was this supposed to teach me? Because we don't go through things for no reason. There's a reason behind everything. There's a lesson to be learned through whatever situations that you go through. So I just feel like if you are open-minded and you want to really learn like what it is you can take from that, I feel like you can do it.
Okay. So how frequently do you tend to think about this? Like on a daily basis or throughout the week? Or?
I tend to think about that situation when I feel like I'm like at rock bottom. When I'm going through something and I feel like, okay, what more can I do? And sometimes I'll tell myself, like, you know, you didn't really think that through. You just kind of scratch the surface and then you try to push past it because, you know, whatever. And I'll just think like, okay, I've been through worse than this. I've been lower than this. So, you know, why not try my best to get myself out of, I call it a funk, like get myself out of this funk that I'm in, because it doesn't last always.
So, let's see, do you feel as if there are any strengths that you can bring to this situation? Do you feel as if you have strengths, or do you feel like you have a lot of barriers?
I feel like I would say being strong-minded. I mean, I come from a family of strong-minded men and women. We're all alike. We can be stubborn in some ways with being strong-minded, but I feel like being strong-minded is a strength because it allows you to pull through situations that for some other people could just break them down completely. I feel like it's helped me work on my patience a lot. It took some time, but you know, just being patient, trusting the process, I feel like that, you know, for me has really improved. And just thinking about that situation, I just kind of always have to tell myself, you know, that I don't want to be there again. I don't want to, you know, not just being homeless, but feeling that low and being confused and, you know, just being selfish. Like it's allowed me to not be that person who I was. And yeah, I was young, so we kind of tend to act that way when, you know, we don't understand. So yeah, I feel like it's really strengthened me being patient and just me being strong-minded and just, you know, sticking strong to my faith.
Okay. So what do you feel as if is a barrier to you with this situation? Like what held you back during the situation?
One thing that held me back, blaming everybody else, blaming my mom, excuse me, blaming my dad. You know, I could blame someone because they didn't help or because they didn't try to make the situation easier or better, because I'm an older sibling. I have a younger sister, so I feel like a barrier for me would have been me just blaming everybody else instead of opening my eyes and realizing, you know, people go through this every day. Some people have it worse than what we had it. So, yeah, I feel that was being a barrier and just being stubborn and not trying to see things other than the way that I saw them.
I feel like you have continued to grow from this situation from what you have told me. And I just feel like you have been strengthened and feel like you do have room for improvement, as you have stated, but you have grown and continue to work on that. Do you feel like, well, as you have stated, it is a sensitive topic, correct? Okay. So do you talk about this to anyone else, such as family members, friends, colleagues, workers?
I've discussed this situation with my grandmother. Of course, she was the one who's always like there to kind of step in and help. I've also discussed it with my siblings, even the ones that, you know, they're not my mom's children. I've discussed it with them. But yeah, mostly I discuss it a lot with them. Like, we tend to carry on the conversation, and sometimes I feel like, oh yeah, you know, you understand because you remember when, and sometimes just like, okay, I don't want to dwell on the past because, you know, but at the same time, now I'm kind of proud to recognize that situation with them. I'm kind of, you know, happy to say, you know, yep, that was me. I came from nothing. I've had nothing. No roof over my head, no table or bed or anything to call my own. So it's just like one of those situations where it's just like, okay, this is sensitive, this is a touchy issue, but at the same time, it's just like I kind of smile, just like, yeah, you know, I went through that, but this is where I am now. Look where I am now.
Have you done any like things throughout the community that will, you know, impact the situation that you have gone through?
Yes. In high school, I was actually a mentor, and I was given 2 girls were placed with me, and one was actually going through that situation. Hers more severe than the one I had went through, but she went through a similar situation, and it affected, you know, the way she carried herself and her grades in school and things like that. So it just, I feel good being able to relate, but also being able to kind of help her through that situation. Being, you know, you're a teen, so there's only but so much that you could do at that time. And I also am doing a service learner project as a college student, of course, where I get to go and talk to children. And some of them are actually dealing with their families not having homes or things like that. And then also they're having to go to school and they're being bullied because, oh, you know, the way they dress, the shoes they have, or oh, you wear hand-me-downs, or oh, look at the kind of shoes you're wearing, or oh, look at your hair, it looks crazy, you know.
Okay. So you mentioned to me that you did something in college. What college do you go to?
I go to Winston-Salem State University.
Okay. All right. And what's your classification?
I am a senior.
Okay. Are you enjoying it?
Yes, but I think it's time to go.
What's your major?
Healthcare management, minor in public health.
Okay. And what would you like to do with that?
I really am kind of pushing towards working with children. I love kids, so I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place between, of course, working at the health department or trying to get a position at Brenner's Children's Hospital.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. So back to the situation that happened with you being homeless for once. Do you have like anybody that's gone through a similar situation that you're close to, and you like kind of
Yeah.
guide them?
My best friend, she actually kind of did like I guess the adult thing and kind of went out on her own, and she lost everything. Her circumstances, of course, were different. She was on her own, and of course, she was older, but it was kind of easy, and I kind of knew exactly what to say in that moment, just to kind of let her know, what you're going through is not uncommon, and what you're facing, like, it's hard and it's tough, but you can get through it. And I've been there. I've dealt with that, all the emotions, all the thoughts that you may be having. I've had them too. And even though I'm not still in the same situation, I had to assure her, like, I still have those same thoughts, and it's scary. It's just like I don't want to be back there again, but this is just something that maybe you needed to face, because maybe you're just headed down the wrong path, and this is just the way to show you, like, you've got to let these things go. You've got to let, whether it be toxic people or just choices that you tend to make, you got to let them go in order for you to thrive and to do better and to get back on your feet and get out of this situation that you're in.
I can imagine how hard that was for you. Because me personally, I have not gone through any situation such pertaining to yours, so I can only imagine what you went through. And I'm glad you're able to come to me and talk about it, because, like you said, it is a hard situation and a hard topic to dwell on. So I'm glad you came in today. And would you like to discuss anything else today?
No, I think that's really the main thing I wanted to kind of talk about today.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming in today. And if you would like to schedule another appointment or anything, they can help you with that out there. And I'm always open to talk to you, and you're always welcome to come talk to me anytime you need. And I just appreciate you for coming, and I hope you have a good day.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you again.
Nice to meet you as well.